At the beginning of this year, I got injured. Not really from hiking, but from skateboarding. It started out with shin splints really bad in one leg, and that over time, the shin splints went away and it manifested itself into plantar fasciitis. So it kind of felt like for the rest of this year, setting off on some big hike just wasn't really gonna go well for me. It would be a battle from the beginning to the end, and not in like the good, exciting kind of way. So I decided that now would have been as good a time as any to take a rest, I suppose. This kind of worked out well, as a very close family member has had some not so fun health problems. So I think maybe it's been nice that I've actually been around instead of just off in the wilderness for all of eternity, as I typically am. And so the resting has been pretty good. But as it turns out, I'm just not really that good at taking a break. And so I bought a bike, and I'm planning a very large bike packing trip. The first one that I've ever taken in my life. I'm riding around Lake Okeechobee as like a test run. It's actually the second time I've done this. And the first run I learned a lot, and hopefully I will learn less on this one. Yeah, so a big loop around Lake O, starting in the town of Jupiter. So my injury has been a little bit slow to go away, and that's fine. But kind of what I found is the second I got on a bike, I no longer felt any pain. I could just ride all day, no problem. I could bring my camping gear, I could have fun, I could go 50, 60, whatever miles in a day, and I could experience all these new places in like a familiar kind of way as to backpacking and camping, but at the same time in a whole new style. So for roughly 10 years, I've wanted to do this. And actually back then, I even bought the bags to do it. I had the bike to do it. And every year since then, I've wanted to go on a bikepacking trip. But as it turned out, every year, I would just go hiking instead. So I bought a bike. I got this bike on Facebook Marketplace. I can't remember how much it cost, but it was quite cheap. And it was roughly what I was looking for. I think it was kind of nice to go that route instead of maybe buying a new bike, because I've gotten to learn about how to replace certain parts and how to maintain a bike that has already been used. I think this is about 10 years old or something like that. I've learned how to replace cranks and a chain ring. I've learned how to replace a chain and do tubeless tires and just like all sorts of little maintenance and things along those lines, because it's a cheap used bike. I think I got lucky, and this is actually quite the nice bike, but I mean, sometimes that's how it goes. Now, on the side, I've been having a little bit of extra fun, and I've actually made a lot of these bags. I made this triangle bag. I learned how to sew myself. I made these top two bags, and I made this basket bag. So that's been really fun. Now, originally, I wanted to do the Great Divide mountain bike route. It's about 3,000 miles from Jasper, Canada, all the way down through the Continental Divide and paralleling the Continental Divide Trail all the way down to Mexico. Now, I kind of learned at the time, I've only owned this bike for like 3 months, that I was a little bit late to the party, and I would have had to have started the Great Divide like within the week if I didn't want to get totally snowed out. So the Great Divide mountain bike route was out, and that was kind of like my first choice. And I pondered on like, well, what's gonna like really excite me? You know, I don't want to just do this to do this. I want to do something that's like highly interesting to me. And then I remembered a friend back in like 2018 who was preparing for this one trip that sounded really, really cool. He was preparing to do the Baja Divide. This is south of the border, down in Mexico. It's Baja, California, but it's this little like spit of land that extends off of like California down into like the Pacific Ocean, where one side of it is the Pacific and then the other side is the Sea of Cortez. And then you have Mexico off further to the east. So this route is in Mexico. It's 1,700 miles. It starts in San Diego and then it goes all the way to the very, very bottom of that little peninsula. So some sections you're like riding on the beach. Some sections you're up in these like rugged, remote desert mountains. There's like crazy cactus everywhere and it just looks so awesome. And I'm like really, really, really excited for it. So next to the Great Divide mountain bike route, this was like the absolute most exciting thing that I could think of that would like come up next. Now, one of the nice things about this for me is like with a bike, I'm gonna be able to go to places that maybe I wouldn't ever go to for hiking and backpacking. So Baja California, for instance. I don't know of any maybe like good hiking trails down there, but there's loads and loads and loads of just really remote like dirt roads that are rocky and really like crazy and out there in just the middle of nowhere. So with the bike, I can really see like a lot of different places, a lot of culture, a lot of different lands and environments in like a shorter amount of time compared to the amount of miles that I'm able to do. So that really interests me, you know, kind of getting to experience places that otherwise maybe hiking itself just wouldn't take me. Honestly, this kind of feels like I'm starting over. You know, I have the same feelings of back in 2011 and back in 2014 when I was like first setting off on the Appalachian Trail, and just that like level of excitement that I had and that newness and like gear that I've used, I've tried, but it's like new to me in so many ways. And then in the same vein, it's like on a bike, weight is just not nearly as noticeable or as important. So on a bike, I can carry all sorts of stuff that like maybe I would be a little bit more hesitant carrying backpacking. You know, that extra pound, that extra 3 pounds on a bike, I just don't feel it. I've been riding and riding and riding with different amounts of gear and going out on test rides, and it's just not as noticeable to me to add in a couple extra pounds of like luxuries or fun stuff or things that I'm not sure I'm gonna use, but like it could be nice to have. So anyway, that's like what I'm up to. I've been making these bags, learning how to sew. I've been planning this trip and kind of preparing. I've been doing a lot of like, I guess, behind the scenes types of stuff with the YouTube channel, with my website, with new t-shirts coming out. I've been riding my bike like 5 times a week. I think I've only had it for 3 months and I've ridden it about 600 miles. I leave for the Baja Divide in 3 weeks. So the footage you're seeing in this video is from a test ride that I did around Lake Okeechobee down in South Florida. Again, just trying out like a fully loaded bike, trying out a lot of my gear, learning how to pack my packs, and you know, just kind of getting accustomed to life on a bike. Because the Baja Divide, it's gonna be hard. There's sections where I have to carry upwards of like 12 liters of water because I'm just not gonna see any fresh water for days. I want to come into this as prepared and as well trained as I possibly can. You know, so that's really what I'm just trying to do. So if through hiking is just like fully your thing, then next year I'm right back on top of it. Me and Joe are going to be together doing trails, and I've got some cool things planned. So whether it's the bike packing or whether it's the through hiking, whether it's the camping, the gear, whatever it may be, I hope you're here for it. It's a whole new experience for me, and I'm really, really excited, as I hope you can tell. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. So let me know if you want to see like a breakdown of the stuff that I'm bringing on the Baja Divide, and yeah, I'll see you guys later.